All right. The time is now, Battle Brothers. Let's play with the sound, though. That sounds pretty loud. You guys tell me if you need to be lower or higher or anything like that. Let's bring that there and bring this down a little bit. Just check some graphics here while we are waiting for people to join into the stream. If you're watching this after the fact, you can probably jump forward a little bit. What is that? What is that? It says it like, you better not do this. I know what I'm doing. FSR, huh? Okay. Okay, I can't do DLSS. Well, let's do ultra quality. Yeah. Volumetric lighting quality, particle lighting. Oh, why can't this be on? Yeah, we got a 4090. I ain't worried about it. Bo, what's up? Crow, how are you? Dunadane is up in this house. Vlad is here as well. Hello to all. Depth of field, I never used to play with it, but ever since Baldur's Gate's depth of field, I'm like, maybe I get back into this. I mean, we could probably just kind of go, fuck off film grain. Who goes, oh man, the problem with that game is it doesn't have a good film grain filter. So I'll just never be able to really enjoy it. Like, yeah, Yeah, this'll do, pig, across the board. Let's see here, maybe brightness a little bit higher. For you bros, contrast a little bit up more. Should be okay. Get to this live, the stream might decide whether or not I'll buy the game. We're going to do it together, Hans. So I have looked up some stuff ahead of time. Not a whole ton, though. Just to kind of get an idea. Gore, we're turning that on. Just how to do certain things. Okay, tooltip delay. We'll turn all these on for now. Auto pausing. Anytime you boot up any kind of game, a lot of people just jump into immediately press play. A big thing you should really do, just take a look at game options. You might find some things because I assume you're a gamer, right? So it helps to kind of get a good sense for things. Oh, you know what? I know what this stuff is. Like an auto end turn, I definitely want that off. Things like that. Thank you, Crow Fable. Miro, hello. Tai, how are you? I turn up the brightness if I think it will have scary parts. That's like me whenever I watch a scary movie in theaters. I'm sorry, I will not go see a scary movie in theaters. I will only watch a scary movie if I have control of the volume. But new game, we shall. Anytime there's a bunch of cinematics and stuff like that, I will mute myself and hide the webcam. Let me see if it actually works still. Nope, it doesn't. Well, I'll hide the webcam for you, or I'll mute myself at least. All right, difficulty. So we have a bunch of different difficulties here. You can do with a custom one, but out of the box, you have these 5 difficulties. We're going to be going on daring because the normal difficulty gives you things like enemy unit dodge modifier, party momentum gain modifier. There are certain things that the normal difficulty does to actually act as not necessarily a handicap, but it makes the game easier, more so than it would be. Now, if I look at daring, it's not that much of a difference. You look at stuff like party momentum gain modifier. Okay, let's 20% here. This drops down to 0. Or enemy unit dodge modifier is minus 10%. Well, that just jumps to 0. Or minimum damage dealt to enemies after reduction from armor is 0 and 0 versus this is 2. So it's like you'll always do 2 damage are a lot of those things that these things are telling you. So daring is actually not that daring. If anything, this is truly the normal of the game. And I am not familiar with the rogue trader system, so this is definitely not recommended. But I'm passably intelligent, so I think I'll be kind of okay. I would not go to these levels to start off. As you can see too, like this doesn't say it, but hard. The modifiers for this difficulty level gradually come into effect, reaching their intended values by the conclusion of chapter 1. So it gets real wild. But if you just want to play the game on these 2, there's nothing wrong with it, right? You can see story is grossly out of proportion. Well, you guys can all help me out, Ryan. You guys can all help me out. Just if different players not to and also, if you've played Pathfinder, it's the same exact rule system, the same exact company. So if you played Pathfinder, you're okay to jump on in. We will be doing a custom character. Thank you very fucking much. Let's see. Let's go with appearance. We'll set our guy up first. Then we'll go with the portrait. That's a gnarly face you got there, bro. The guy's got a fucking 9 head, not even a 5 head. Holy God. One of the Anunnaki? Good Lord. Is there a control on the amount of just terrible scars? Good Lord. I guess not. Oh, it automatically adjusted according to your appearance? Well, really? So if I click this. Oh, Luna, thank you for subscribing. 5 months, what did you get me? I got you my beautiful presents. Dude, a lot of female ones, and they're all pretty badass. I'm like, shit, I'll go with one of them instead. Let's see. I know there's a lot of really good custom ones out there, and I might swap to one later. Dude, look at the dreads on that guy. I kind of just like... This is the one you had in the beta. Oh, the game Pathfinder Mac. Is the game Pathfinder not D100? Okay, well, let's just do this. Maybe I've already gone too far. Here, let's back out. I want to see how that works. So we'll continue. So apparently, if you do a custom character, you choose the portrait before anything else, it changes their appearance to match. Oh, cool. So it actually like hits up with the actual... That's pretty nifty. So what does this guy look like? Oh, dude. This guy looks like a fucking Civil War general. I will not cross the Potomac. Dude, look at that suave debonair. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. That's a cool system. So yeah, basically, if you want to go with the custom process, you can just go ahead and click a character, and they will... Oh, I thought that was female. They'll just go ahead and match what their portrait is, at least underneath the hood. I kind of like the pompousness of this dude. I like the Civil War-ness of this guy. Man's got that video. You like this video, Voice Crow? Let's tune into 105.5K Jazz. We're going to be jumping us off here today with a little bit of Dizzy Gillespie, the absolute master of the trumpet. Thelonious Monk swinging in later. Tickling the ivories for us today. Hope you enjoy your ride to work. I know I am. Go ahead and have yourself a cup of Joe. Nice cup of coffee. Wake yourself up right in the morning. 105.5 K Jazz. You know, I think we'll go Brigadier General, this guy. A little circle under the portrait color. Oh. Well, I think this is a good start. That's a good look. Although I do like the French ambassador, the French liaison. We'll go with that guy. Appearance, this is all fine. I don't need to... Nothing here I need to really get crazy with. Great big bushy beard. I will change his hair a little bit, though. Are those the only hairstyles I have access to? Kind of does look like Kurt Russell. I kind of like that a little more. A little windswept hair. I mean, bald and bearded is always really the way to go. And anyone who thinks otherwise hasn't quite struck the age where they are bald. That's a powerful beard, Kratos. I'm more of a Will Riker beard myself. I had the big beard for a long time, and I just look like I owned a soup kitchen. Not fair to the ladies. Yeah, because Will Riker would show up to every single planet and be like, "Oh," like because they'd always show the female, the female, or I'm sorry, the delegate to the planet, the ambassador to the planet would always be female, and he'd be like, "Oh, well, hello, welcome to the Enterprise. Might I crack you open like a Fabergé egg?" If I were to grow my hair out, that's what it would look like. We'll go Windswept Vans Warp Tour lead singer hair. And beard-wise, you can get a little sassy, I think. There's just something strong about the chops, man. Tombstone Russell for sure. Russell Crowe Tombstone. I love that movie, man. This is Monopoly guy now. The inordinate amount of... I would love to see a timer that shows the amount of time we have all spent in character creation for any and all RPGs, you know? Like, good lord, dude. Oh, whoops. I forgot to change that. It said my sub goal is just reached, and I was like, did someone just donate 200? Rogue Trader goal. Goal amount is 200. Cool. There we go. The goal has started. Thank you guys so much. Skin that smoke wagon. Skin it. Bannicus, we just started, baby. I look like Vegeta. I look like Vegeta's dad, if anything, you know. A true Saiyan prince. Something's really jumping out at me right here, and it's bothering me. Although I don't know the kind of situation with this game. Do I wear a helmet the majority of the time, or this is just a complete waste of time in general? Looking for a higher and tighter beard than this. Well, a different one than that. You know, this is the 41st millennium. Let's have a little fun, right? What kind of fun tattoos can we have? No, I just mean like, are we going to spend so much time, you know? Let's sleeve up, baby. Over here looking like Smog. Okay. I was like, can I have an additional one there? I like that. Look kind of cool. Oh, augmentations? Now that's fancy. I have, for the Emperor, a golden headpiece. Battle brother, my studs have been installed. Now that you have reached the rank of Inquisitor, what would you like? If at all possible, could you just stamp the Imperial Aquila on my fucking head? Oh, cool. Permanent breathe right. So if you go to sleep with a stuffy nose, you, at all times in the 41st millennium, will breathe properly, deviated septums or not. Like that. I'll go with that. Oh, you can really, like, stack up these augmentations. That's pretty cool. Doesn't quite fit. You don't stand a chance! Oh, fuck. No. Too pompous. Too pious. I'm leaning here. Although heretic stuff sounds like it might be fun in this game. Yeah, we'll go pragmatic. Okay, so the way this game works now, we're what, fucking 15 minutes in. I thought we were 30 minutes in. You basically are going to choose a homeworld, an origin, and you're going to go through situations that are going to help give you character modifiers and also stuff like this, a specific feature. So, for example, what is it? Never stop shooting. This is a really good one if you go with like a range character. Each time a Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain plus 10 stacks of never stop shooting. At the start of their turn, there is a stacks of never stop shooting % chance that the first attack this round will cost 0 AP. So if I've got 10 stacks, it's a 10% chance that the first attack this round will cost 0 AP and will not count toward the attack limit per turn. So you have these really cool things, which are pretty cool. And this allows you to then also have certain talents, and it gives you certain characteristic modifiers. I'm probably going to go with Officer, which means I want Fellowship, if what I remember from what I looked at before. Represents a character's ability to interact with other characters, to deceive, charm, or befriend them. High Fellowship will help a character find a way to approach a gathering of unsociable servants, or to effortlessly make deals with treacherous merchants. It also affects the persuasion, coercion, and commerce skills. Maybe I'm thinking willpower for Officer. And you can jump back and forth in these. Forge World Planet lets you pick a talent on level up switch all your skills that use Fellowship, Charisma to Intelligence. So you cluster a bunch of skills under one characteristic. That's kind of wild. I mean, I'm not going to go super hard in the paint like Min-Masky like that. Benicus, I did a history video on the YouTube channel. You guys didn't watch it. From Fellowship, if I remember correctly. We could probably, here, we'll jump forward and check real quick. Archetypes. So here are your 4 starting archetypes. So you have a warrior, which you probably have already assumed what it is. It is a melee-centric character. Warriors are combatants boasting exceptional melee prowess, capable of dealing high damage in close quarters combat and withstanding heavy amounts of damage. They also excel at drawing enemies' attention from less defended allies. Core focus: melee, movement and dodge, armor and parry, taunts, soaking damage. We also have an officer here. Officers use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies, turning them into even greater threats on the battlefield. Core focus: extra turns, single target buffs, rescuing allies, and momentum. And then we have operative. An operative uses intelligence and perception to find and exploit weaknesses in an enemy's defenses. None can withstand an attack from an operative. Core focus: precise single attacks, defense penetration, area debuffs, consistent firing positions. And lastly, a soldier. A soldier is a master of all ranged weapons, quickly able to assume an advantageous position from where they stand, ready to rain fire on the enemy. While well-trained in a highly diverse range of arms, a soldier is particularly proficient at blasting their targets with burst fire and area weapons. Core focus: movement and ranged attacks, cover and dodge, burst fire attacks, area. Oh, no, you're fine, Miro. Don't worry about it. That just sounded like a super Min-Masky thing, and I was like, fuck, I don't want to do that. Oh, you're fine, Benicus. You're fine, dude. I watched a bunch of your videos. You're funny off the cuff. Thanks, man. It's my degree in improv. I think the optimal for Officer is Hive World, but that's if you want to go full man. I mean, also, like, I don't really mind choosing, like, Fortress World for it, because it's cool. Like, that's awesome. I don't even know what... We're going to look at those more. But I think... archetype-wise, Officer seems really fun and makes sense. Operative, from what I understand, is kind of like more of that the standard sniper. But all these then branch out into 3 advanced archetypes. Then they all jump into the Exemplar. But so, for example, the Warrior will go Assassin, Vanguard, and Arch Militant. The Officer will share Vanguard and do Master Tactician and Grand Strategist. Operative will share Grand Strategist and do Bounty Hunter Assassin. And the Soldier will share Bounty Hunter and do Master Tactician and Arch Militant. So you can see there's always some sort of overlap with a lot of these different things. Boss types, type of drags. But I think I will go Officer. That seems really fun. If you want, I mean, if you can convince me that Warrior's the way to go, I mean, I'll definitely do it. But I would think I would want the Space Wolf in my crew, because Space Wolves are one of my favorite chapters. So I don't want to pass. Or is he just like like an occasional super powerful character you get it sometimes? Let's look at the Hive World. Hive World characters gain +1 punishment bonus to resolve if there are 3 or more creatures, allies, or enemies in a 3-cell radius. If they suffer 2 penalties to resolve with no creatures around. Oh, that can be kind of rough. Their talents that they get. Hive World characters can pass willpower resistance tests using their fellowship value instead. That's cool. A Hive World character has melee superiority against the enemy. The effect is increased. Light spoilers, I fear. Like, don't tell me anything super crucial, but if you say something like, yeah, like what Ryan said, the Space Wolf isn't until Act 3, and he is a soldier archmilitant. Okay, so maybe we need to worry about the Space Wolf. You know what I mean? Meaning he's like a range character. All range weapons dealing physical damage. Wait. Trust not the Xenos, the heretic, the witch. Okay, so then let me just ask this. I'm thinking officer, but you guys can go ahead and let me know in chat. We got 83 of you bros here watching today. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you are watching on YouTube and you don't mind switching, because some people just prefer to watch on YouTube, but make the switch to Twitch. And if you're watching on Twitch, if you've got a free Prime sub you've not yet used, go ahead and use it on me. But are we going officer or are we going warrior? Officer seems like the right call, but I'm down. I'm open to people's commentary on going with like a melee build. No worries, Ryan. You don't need to jump over. It helps me out. Oh man, Taterman gave out 5 community subs. Thank you, dude. Swordsman Messier, are you saying that being a warrior you're gonna get shot at, or as an officer you're gonna get shot at?
A new subscriber arrives. It fills you with determination.
All right, seems like you guys really want to see officer, and I'm down with that too. So let's do it. Put lotion on my hands. Never lucky with the gift subs. Just starting out. There is DLC coming, and the company who makes this reached out to me to do a contract with them. So I will be doing a DLC coverage and video and stuff like that. But I figured I might as well actually have a functional fucking knowledge of the game first. Okay, so let's take a look. Any recommendations on homeworlds, rather than me reading through every single one of these? Are there ones that I know Fortress World, or Fortress World is one that Remortis recommended to me. Is like it's really good because Never Stop Shooting is really awesome. But if you guys want to make recommendations, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and read the flavor text here, and we'll take a look at talents. Hive World's good for officer. It seems like it wasn't though. Yeah, Death Worlds are always really cool. Okay, so we'll look at Death World. We're just going to take a look. Fortress Worlds are planets where the entire populace is immersed in warfare. They constantly train for the day that they may be called upon to defend the Imperium, a charge they solemnly uphold. Fortress Worlds are established as bulwarks against the enemy. Every citizen is a soldier, trained to fight from the moment that they can handle a weapon. So perception and willpower, both are gonna. Perception's gonna help me out more with ranged. Willpower would be better if I would go with Psyker, from what I remember, because I have played the beta of the game, so I'm not coming into this completely raw. Talents: Combat Addict. Fortress World characters gain 7 to ballistic skill, perception, and willpower while in combat. Yet while out of combat, they're ooh, that's not good. Hail of Steel. Each round, Fortress World characters gain a stacking 1% bonus to dodge against ranged attacks. Shut they made during this round. Interesting. Oh, you don't start with these? Oh, okay. These are talents you then unlock. that's good to know, because I'm like, dude, this is a lot to take in for someone who's never played, going, oh, this will advance after origin advancement. Okay. Spare magazine. And these aren't, because I thought these were just active right now. I'm like, dude, that's a spicy sausage. Voidborn, let's take a look. No strength, but intelligence and willpower. What's fortune here? A Voidborn character, Voidborn character. Party assists to your checks. Okay, that's good to know too. So even though, like, oh, you know, you have a low assist to this, your party can actually jump in. A Voidborn character can reroll any failed attack, dodge, parry, characteristic, or skill test with a 20% chance of success. This chance cannot be greater than the base success chance of the roll. Additionally, any enemy dodge or parry against a Voidborn character has a 20% chance to fail after. Okay. What is this? Oh, okay. You can get no reception at start, but everything else can be unlocked at Z level. Okay, got it. What's a Void Bone? Death World has survival instinct. Once per combat, when the wounds of a Death World character drop below 30%, they gain 20% of their max wounds as temp wounds. Death World characters also gain a 20% bonus to dodge and armor while they have at least one temp wound from it. That's pretty sick. Oh, we all want to be dead. We all want to be boned. So, how important is so when it comes to modifiers? Let's do that actually. Let's just choose officer. So your modifiers, they don't matter in multiples of 5. They matter in multiples of 10. Meaning 35 and 32 don't matter. 30 and 40 matter. So take a look over here at ballistic skill. You'll see characteristic bonus +3. Oop. Press the wrong button. Now that says +4, right? Because we brought it up to 40. And you can't, like, they're only going to increase in increments of 5 anyway. But basically every other point, just like if you're looking at Baldur's Gate, right? Every other point you put in gives you a characteristic bonus, followed by characteristic values, base values, origin advancements, blah, 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 blah. You get all the benefits only on multiples of 10. So 30, 40, 50, 60 ad infinitum. So let's go back over here. And basically what this means then is when you take a look at your home world, you're getting a single point towards the direction that you want, right? So if, like, we're trying to focus on fellowship, then this helps us out, which actually reminds me, let me look at this. Okay. That's what it is. Okay, so what is this? What is that? What is that? So fellowship, willpower, toughness, weapon skill, ballistic skill, in that order. So bib. Fellowship and willpower. Those are my two big ones. So who gives me bonuses to fellowship? Hive World. Then -0 of that. Okay. We're going with an officer. You've never played Warhammer, Boon Man? I'm so sorry. Uses their willpower and fellowship. You're saying, like, right there? Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing from my looking right here, right? Just shows me right there. I never played War Tales, Jay. It's the Pathfinder series. The Pathfinder people made this game. So, I say, you know what? I kind of like Imperial World, or Fortress World. I know we lose 5 fellowship, but we gain 5 perception, which is not crazy, but we gain 5 willpower. I'm open to suggestions here, though. The Hive World one, what makes this so good? So here's what strength in numbers. Okay, Hive World characters gain +1 fellowship bonus. Hey, Spud Sage, thank you for raiding me with 1 viewer, you hot fuck. Everybody go check out Spud Sage right now. What were you playing, Spud? And don't fucking lie to me. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sword. I meant it's the same company. It's the same company. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. I can just hear my camera adjusting every time I move. Well, welcome aboard. So you get a fellowship bonus divided by two. So the high-level characters gain plus, and it's 1 plus your fellowship bonus. Let's just say right now it's 3. So that's 4 divided by 2 is 2. Gain 2 resolve. Resolve influences how efficiently and for how long characters fight in battle. Determine the amount of momentum. The momentum your party members can use a unique ability is called heroic. Okay, that's right. I remember this shit. In a 3-cell radius. So if I'm in the back line, I will get benefits. Yet they suffer a 2 penalty to resolve with no creatures around. So if I'm on my own, that's not awesome. Outnumber. If a high-level character has melee superiority against the enemy, the effect is increased. Okay, that's not really going to be huge. Characters can pass willpower resistance tests using their fellowship value instead if the character's fellowship is higher. Interesting. All range dealing. Okay, I can kind of get behind this. Helping hand. If a high-level character starts their turn adjacent to an ally that have high-level character. Okay. Next to an ally character, that high-level character gains +2. There is an actual TTRPG for Rogue Trader. It's a Fantasy Flight TTRPG. It is a D100 system, which D100 is superior to D20. Fight me. There's Dark Heresy. There is Rogue Trader. There is Death Watch. And I think there's one more that I can't think of. But those are the Warhammer 40,000 TTRPGs. And I've played Death Watch, and I fucking love it. Rogue Trader is super punishing. Super punishing. Yeah, they're all free now. Fresh start. Hive World characters gain a 50% bonus. I'm kind of liking Hive World. What do you guys think? It's between Hive or Fortress World. You guys let me know in chat. I'm going to read the flavor text real quick here, and then we'll make a decision. A Hive World's population is so dense that great swaths of the surface of the world are frequently covered in gargantuan cities, bejeweled with towering spires that pierce the atmosphere. Hive worlds are vital to the welfare of the Imperium and are the beating heart of its economy and war machine. They produce munitions for the Emperor's armies in vast manufactories, mine valuable minerals, and refine fuel for the Imperial Navy. Innumerable regiments of the Astra Militarum are raised from their massive populations as well. I got 1 vote for Hive World, pretty much, is what it looks like. I guess for those that don't know about this stuff, Hive Worlds are pretty much where they recruit everyone from, right? Hive Worlds also have the highest Imperial tithe. So, because of their massive population, they will tithe resources to the greater Imperium. Stuff like Death Worlds have the lowest Imperial tithe. Tithing is pretty mandatory for the operation of the Imperium, right? So these Death Worlds, which typically have the lowest population, will typically also produce very specific things, very specific populace. I don't know what that word is, Hans. And it sounds offensive. No, I'm just kidding. Zolo, thank you for subbing up, my man. Forge Worlds, of course, are basically where production happens. Massive tanks roll out of Forge Worlds primarily. Fortress Worlds are always placed in specific locations. Cadia is a Fortress World. Things that are meant to block the enemy's path. It's basically like a planetary castle, if you want to think of it that way. And Imperial Worlds, as you can see here, Imperial World is one of the million planets united by belief in the Imperial Emperor. It's kind of like a in-between a Forge World and a Hive World, but it's a little bit more heavily focused on technology. I would say that Coruscant is more of an Imperial World. Because Coruscant itself is like, I guess maybe it's more of a Hive World. Now that I think about it. Krieg is a Death World. Krieg is a Death World because it's all fucking... Oh, that's what you're saying, Hans. Okay, I got you. It's a planet that is covered completely by a city. I see. Hive Worlds are not completely cities. They have hives in the planet. A Hive World is probably more comparable to the Judge Dredd universe, where the mega cities are all that exist, and in between the mega cities are wastelands. That's more of a hive world, even though not in between hive world. You can have like a lush, verdant hive world, and in between looks like, you know, Earth. It doesn't necessarily need to be, but it's always massive mega cities that span very low and very high. I think Verdun is. People making the grinder. Another example of the Death World, yes, would be Katachan. Or, as I found, is pronounced Katakan, which is, it feels weird because I've pronounced it Katachan my whole life. But, Hive World or Fortress World, guys? Let me know right now. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. I'm looking at the timer right now. It's 35 minutes and 52 seconds. Hive or Fortress? Say it in chat. 1 vote for Hive. Thanks, G-dubs. Ruin everything. 2 votes for Hives. No. 3 vote, or 2 votes for Fort. 4 votes for Hives. 2 votes for Fort. Hive seems to be really winning here. Isana Galib? Is that you? Bonus for Fort. Okay, let's just go ahead with it. Okay, so now we gotta choose our origin. Skill modifiers. Let me just kind of click through these really quick. I mean, Commissar. I think we'll probably go Commissar. No, I was counting it. There was 3 total votes for Fortress. Ooh, Navy officer's pretty good then. Agility and Fellowship. Well, okay, this says it's Willpower and Fellowship. Mac, why are you saying Agility and Fellowship? Help me out. Agility here measures a character's quickness, reflexes, and poise. High agility allows a character to manipulate delicate explosives with finesse or to keep their footing when crossing treacherous terrain. It improves the character's initiative, dodge, chance, and reaction. If a character uses a melee weapon, their dodge reduction is equal to the half of their agility. Stop the count. Look at that noble. I'm on Twitch. Here you go, guys. If you are watching on YouTube and you would prefer to watch on Twitch, or you don't have a preference and want to support me, please come on over to Twitch. Thank you very much, Sped. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks for the raid, my man. Intelligence and Fellowship, Coercion and Persuasion. Ah. And a Sanctioned Psyker. I do want to do a Psyker run. Bro, stop. I mean, this guy's got weapon skill. That's close combat. Oh. Brace for impact. For 1 round, the Navy officer and the allies and the 3 celebrities gain 2 deflection for each archetype taken by the Navy officer. They cannot... Okay, so if I take my base, then an advanced, and an exemplar, that's 6. Let me use once per combat. What is Commissars? At all costs. Commissar's next single shot or single target melee attack applies to the following effects. Enemy target. It becomes marked. The ally who kills the marked enemy gains an additional... That's pretty cool. Okay. Stop it, please. Thank you, Goose. Commerce, demolition. I don't know, man. I'm kind of conflicted. What is this? The noble assigns 1 ally who will become their servant until the end of combat. Anytime the noble's abilities affect the servant gains +5. Oh shit! That's really good. Come here. Oh, Nevid, have you never met Goose? Have you never met Goose? No, you goof. His name's Roman, but I call him Goose. Cause he's my little wingman. Get your fucking paw out of my face. Who are you? What are you doing, dude? Is this fun for you? Do you hear him snortling?
Devotee.
Good boy. What was that? You just snorted at me? Intelligence and fellowship. Intelligence is measurement of characters, non-burst ranged attacks. I mean, really, the Commissar seems really good. It does have a lot of things I like, but I'm between the Commissar and the Navy Officer. What does this guy do? Didn't like it. Crime Lord. Yeah, Navy Officer sounds fun with the Agility and Fellowship. The Commerce sounds cool. Demolition sounds interesting. I don't really know about that. Oh, there's also this? Wait. Okay, so what's the difference here? Is this plus 10? Is that what that's telling me? Oh, okay. They're saying you'll get this. The following features will be available after Origin Advancement. Then you will get this. Got it. Okay. Yeah, this gives more Fellowship and Coercion. This guy also seems pretty cool too. Fuck. You do something. So basically, the noble can make a really strong pet build. And without making pets, right? You're not summoning up a pet. You are turning one servant into an... you're turning a companion into a servant and buffing the shit out of that servant. Damn, that sounds really fun. Make sure they can actively participate. Yeah, but that's also another thing, Messier, is that I think if this was my second playthrough, I would do like a noble, because then I'm like, okay, I'm turning a character, and I already know which character I want to do it for. Yes, you can do this like a co-op game, Nebbit. Yeah, I could see this being a really cool buff machine if I was already playing through the game and I knew which character to buff up and which companion to buff up. But because I don't, I think Commissar or Officer, Navy Officer, are where to go, because just like Messier said, you have a more active role in the game, and I think that's probably a little bit more inviting and fun. So what's it going to be, guys? Commissar or Navy Officer? Both seem really good and really cool because... God, I look like M. Bison. What do you mean? It's the only character that can use Psyker abilities. Divination, Biomancy, Telepathy, Pyromancy, and Sanctic Powers. Oh, actually, no, I think the Ministorum Priest can too, right? They have Lore Imperium. They have Litanies. This would be cool to kind of make like a Paladin build with this character. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool, Tobizzle. That's so cool. No, you're fine. You can say that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you said something like, "Yeah, the sanctioned psyker can become an unsanctioned psyker when you blow up this hive world and fuck over this character," I'd be like, "Come on, man." Okay, so Commissar. That's what you guys sound like. Yeah, I mean, obviously, right? But to me, I'm indecisive. Dakota, so that's why I'm like, okay, Commissar or Navy Officer, guys. You guys know a little bit more about the game. Let me know. And I mean, who wouldn't want to be a fucking Commissar? I used to, when I played Tribes 2, my character's name was Commissar. Commissar Yarrick, I think I said. Was the handle. You have the perk from Officer getting a free turn at 0 infantry, but not there. Commissar, let's just go with that. Apex of Brilliance. You play a role in exposing a conspiracy among your superior officers in the Ashra Militarum. Your name has become a synonym for loyalty and valor, and your visage has adorned many Imperial Guard propaganda posters or feat of greatness. You directed a heroic attack of an Imperial Guard regiment that breached the gates of a fortress held by heretics. I mean, Illustrious Glory sounds just the best anyway in general. Like that sounds like where we want to be. So Darkest Hour. The souls of those of all who perish in a brutal offensive still haunt your nightmare. That's not very commissary. A brand of shame. Falsely accused of cowardice, you were forced to suffer through a humiliating tribunal. You, Shadow of Torment, you were attacked by a group of renegade guardsmen during a mutiny and were beaten half to death. What does awareness do? It encompasses the subconscious ability to react to things that are... Oh, sorry, excuse me. I mean, I don't know. What would make more sense for the character? I haven't even built like a RP or anything. I'm just saying Shinseir character and Assign Lord. Before I choose one of these, without saying like, oh, the min-max is this. Is there any one of these skills that to have it super low, you're like, hey man, just so you let you know, I spent so many hours in the game. Having a low awareness, it just makes the game not fun. Anything like that. Okay, I just didn't know if it's like, yeah, oh, dude, ugh, low athletics, oh, no. I think Grim Portents kind of fits maybe a little bit more, as I really look at it. So we've already gone with this. We don't have to choose anything here, is what it looks like. I guess that really does kind of make sense. But it's persuasion. Oh! Oh, God. Why is this so low? All right, so for this is going to go up to 50 for sure. I think our willpower needs to go up too, right? The ability to withstand the horrors of the warp. Now, is there a way to find out what abilities use fell bonus? Because this says fellowship and willpower. Are you sure? Because it says willpower. Oh, you will pass willpower checks using fellowship. That's right, because of my homeworld. Camaraderie. Okay, and I kind of I want to use bow and arrow. I know it's not bow and arrow. Might as well put this up to 40 because we already get a bonus in it. We have 5 more points. I mean, I can put this up to 30 right there. What do you guys think? You don't. You do not. Worthless? More ballistics? I mean, you want me to put this to 45, you're saying? Oh, I can't. I could put weapon skill to 40. This is maxed out. Oh, so you can only put 2 into it. That's hence these little guys right there. So we do just do weapon skill, have an even 40, and we can kind of determine if we want to go weapon or ballistic. I probably want to go ballistic, just because of the nature of the character and wanting to be around stuff, probably being in the back. But, I mean, if you guys think I go into willpower, it's not hard to do. Like, this is pretty easy. Toughness or agility? Okay, let's do that. So, is toughness... Oh, it's over here. The character control got pain as well as easily it increases the effect of resisting negative mystical effects. Reach bonus of toughness, character gains plus 10% wounds. Okay, okay, that's pretty good. My agility is already at 40. We put 5 points into it, so I think we do this, and that leaves a points pretty easily attained, and another point of toughness here. I think that's good here, right? Everybody agree? Now we got 40 ballistic, 35 toughness, 40 agility, 50 fellowship. Does this matter? It's just a choice of you like the look of whichever one. Okay. Definitely going with the Firestorm. Eye of Providence. Unbound Avarice. Eye of Providence. Fatum Audacium. Calamity's Promise. Arcanum Lucidus. Seeker's Haven. Invictum Iribus. Why am I even bother here? Why am I even bother? This is like my name in every single game I always play that has a ship. Vevictus. Oh, color scheme. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That was good. Look at the 2 kilometer long flying cathedral. Emperor protects. Battle, brother. I haven't seen you in a fortnight. I'm hot and naked. Kind of like that. Looks kind of fancy. Oh. All right, we're good to go, guys. Time to jump on in. All right, 53 minutes in. Oh. That's what they added this in the last beta, like an actual... It used to be you jumped right into the ship.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
You don't need any hunts, you can just jump right in. Okay, got that. Truly an awe-inspiring sight. Frankly, such success can be tiring at times. All this ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, is enough to make one think that the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify. Have we met, and do you have a particular reason for disturbing me? Is it very low for you guys? Are you guys hearing an echo from my mic? Because that would be...
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor.
You are. I see it. I hear it. There's a very minor one.
Awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with a chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Kunrad Voitvir, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
I'm looking at the microphone levels. There don't seem to be any. There don't seem to be any issues. Okay, so you guys do hear an echo. Let me try. I just changed some stuff. Let me try again. My name's Ignatius. Did I choose that name? Did I choose Ignatius? I mean, it's not a wrong name. I don't mind. Oh, that's part of the game. That's right. Are you sure it's not me, though? Here, I'm going to mute the mic and press this button.
My regards, Commissar. Finding you was a difficult task given your parents' fate and your upbringing in the Schola Progenium. Truly, our meeting is an act of providence, is it not?
So that's not on me. So there was actual... Okay, let me try here. I just chained... Oh, okay. I could have... That's alright, Gilg. Okay, let's go ahead and press continue again, because I just I changed the noise gate. No, you're fine. I don't like dealing with it, so I'd rather deal with it now. So let's go ahead and do this.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias.
It's there. Yeah, I see it. That's annoying as shit, though. This game is... So the game on my end is super loud. Okay.
Heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Weird, because there's like nothing changed. All funky to me. I think we're good, yeah. Now you can talk like a huge jerk. Moon users cut off this later. Right here, you have a curious title, Master of Warriors. What are your responsibilities? Tell me about the one whose ship I have found myself. So there's another candidate.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
Okay, seems fine. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
So no echoing right there, right? You guys didn't hear any? So I guess, yeah, if you guys want some kind of lore on the situation and what a rogue trader is, what this means in the universe of Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer 40,000, everyone knows the adage, right? In the far-flung future, or far future millennium, whatever the fuck, there's only war. And we know the Space Marines, we know the Chaos, we know of Tyranids, we know of Eldar and Tau and everything like that. This is a C RPG, Kirzan. So, I guess to kind of understand what a rogue trader is, you kind of have to understand the Imperium of Man. And the Imperium of Man is a wide-spanning Imperium of, you guessed it, humans from Earth. And at one point, during the Golden Age of Technology, the Imperium was larger. It wasn't even called the Imperium. It was just the overall empire of Earth, of humans, of Terra, whatever it was larger than... well, rivaled the size of the Eldar Empire. And this is before, of course, the collapse of the Eldar Empire. And during this time, humans were able to traverse the stars through the warp. And the warp was not this crazy, chaotic mess that it is now. That kind of happens after everything kind of happens with the Eldar. Essentially, the warp turns into a real crazy fucking place once the Eye of Terror is created. But that happens when the collapse of the Eldar Empire happens. But it also happens, too, as humans' nascent emotions filter into the warp, making it crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. Before humans even came, the warp used to just be a calm sea. But in the times, in that era, one of the biggest things for humanity was trade. And rogue traders were people that propagated trade throughout this empire. And they really actually were more than just simply traders and merchants. They were people to actually grow mini empires of their own, little power structures. And it was constant war between these two, or these factions of traders, as it were. And when I say war, it's more like proxy wars and small skirmishes here and there. It's not actual outright war. And then as time kind of progresses, we get the golden age of technology that falls into the dark age of technology, which is basically the war with AI, the war of iron. What's it called? There's a war that happens with the golden men. Does anyone know the name of it? I can't even think of it off the top of my head. I have a whole fucking video on it. But basically, humans create stone men, iron men, and gold men. Men of gold, and they're basically varying levels of AI. And AI inhabited things. Stone men are craftsmen, iron men are military, gold men are basically logistics and connection points between all of these things. If you want to kind of use an analog to another universe, think of the men of gold, the men of iron and stuff like that. You can compare it to Destiny and their war minds. Like Rasputin, the war mind, and that's kind of like a man of gold, like those fucking super brains that are just like, I'm gonna do a million things and I'm gonna wage a war. Men of iron are the soldiers as they created Kuromor. I'm here for the battle brother. And eventually this leads to the downfall of the human race as a grand global empire in conjunction with the collapse of the Eldar Empire. Eldar are having this huge murder sex orgies, just bacchanalia everywhere, and it causes the birth of Slaanesh, which creates the Eye of Terror, which creates the kind of difference between Eldar and Dark Eldar. And what's really kind of interesting to look at when you look at the history of Dark Eldar and Eldar as kind of a bit of an aside note, when you think of the Eldar, those are actually like Puritan factions that separated themselves from the greater Eldar society. They drifted away on Forge worlds, which are massive floating islands, as it were. But those are Puritan different sects of the Eldar society. Dark Eldar, even though they're called Dark Eldar, are probably the true Eldar, as it were. These are the Eldar that the Eldar Empire were at the time of the collapse. And I can't remember the name of the... oh God, what's the birth of Slaanesh and the fall of the Eldar Empire? It has a specific name. No, War in Heaven is with the Necrons versus the Old Ones. And Eldar and the Krorks, the precursor to the Orcs, all play a part in that. And the Catan and everything of the sort. But whatever that thing is, the collapse of the Eldar Empire creates the War and Terror. I don't know, let's take a look here. This game might actually be on my Nexus store. That creates the Eye of Terror, and when it does so, it creates these warp storms. These warp storms are what cut off all of humanity from its greater empire. Everything is pretty much isolated in this. And at that same time, Rogue Trader, it is not on my Nexus. At that same time, that creates pockets of humanity, which were called pocket empires. Those pocket empires are things that still had the old technology of the former high human empire at the time. Terra was completely cut off, completely surrounded by warp storms. Eventually, you have the Emperor of Mankind, who unites Earth, unites the Sol system, and then spreads out to make starts the Great Crusade to create the Imperium. But Rogue Traders are a faction that were very big prior to all this. And Rogue Traders come back again here because they are pretty much who negotiates these massive trade lanes. They create massive empires, and in and of themselves, yeah, sure, they're subordinate to the Imperium and to the throne and the regions of Terra, but they kind of operate autonomously. And they have wars with each other, much in the same way that the separate house navigator houses are. There's a lot of skullduggery between them as well. One of the regions of Terra is a Rogue Trader faction. Like, they play a very big hand in the Imperium, and they are oftentimes really allowed to do their own thing as long as it doesn't interfere with actual Imperium stuff. You can have another war with another Rogue Trader faction as long as the things that you need to do are delivered. The tithing is done, the trade is done, we don't give a fuck what you do. That's it. Yes, 100% Hans. The Dutch, they are like the Dutch East India Company. Fingers and everything.
The Lord's Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Okay, so you guys said it's too quiet for you? I had to move. And I'll turn down on my end. You tell me if I'm going to turn it up, anything like that.
Is there money to be made?
Is there money to be made? All right. Massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood, a resource of incredible value aboard a void ship. The sacred mechanism has been interfered with. The sacred mechanism has been interfered with without due reverence. God, that was a miserable sentence. The duration of the data processing cycle has tripled. Same thing. Cool. What is it? Thing over here. Incomprehensible information is displayed on a large screen above the cogitator. Oop. You can make out references to unfamiliar systems and worlds among the numbers and logistics are simple. What is up, Ricky Riggedy Rickster? Fuck those tech priests, man. These guys are, yeah, for sure. Technomat and engineers. Engineers here. A candlelit altar with a copy of the 2348th volume of the Lex Imperialis, the Codex of the Imperium something, the Sacred Laws of the Touch the Law. Thank you for resubscribing. Right, guys, if you have a Prime sub you've not yet used, use it on me. Fucking M. Bison.
Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Lehman Rush battle tank.
What's happening?
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Oh no. How's the volume for you guys?
To arms!
God. Hans Worst. I think that that's normal, but I think that my big problem with I can get into a diatribe about Warhammer 40,000 for hours, and I've done it before. I've been playing. No, tea leaves. We just started the game. I've been playing for 20 plus years. I'm 36. I started playing when I was 12. So I've been playing Warhammer and Warhammer 40k forever, and I've watched the hobby evolve in a lot of different ways. And I've always found it very weird to see how the hobby has been co-opted into a lot of really weird shit, because they didn't realize that it's supposed to be pulpy, over-the-top sci-fi from the 80s. Because this is where the genesis of this... Warhammer 40,000 came out in 1987. The very first edition was called Rogue Trader, oddly enough. And it was pulpy, over-the-top cyberpunk, where it tries to make fun of fascism and capitalism and all of these things as a way to poke fun of it. And now it's very much like... I don't know. There are certain... Especially on the old Twitter machine, there's a lot of really odd co-oping of Warhammer 40k imagery and iconography, which I fucking hate. Yeah, and that's the point. I remember how to do all this. Close enough. 1, 2. Go here. Oh, and a miss. Fuck yeah. It does, doesn't it? Doesn't it? It does look like him. Just drunk. It does, though, Palazzo. It's easy to say don't let it annoy you, but as someone who has a YouTube channel that's dedicated a lot to this hobby, you get to see that a lot more than you don't. Mark WG, you hot fuck. And the realistic thing is, the people that play Warhammer are very much not like that. Like, it's very much a supportive, cool hobby. And when you see it on the internet, you would not think it's that way. People, if you walk into a local game store, they're super nice, they're really supportive, they're really about everything you're trying to do. They're really cool. But on the internet, you'd think that Warhammer is filled with the most edgy shitlords of them all.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Wow. You mean, yeah, right? But I mean, it's still...
I'm afraid
it's what pushed me away from the hobby and what pushed me away from covering it on the channel.
execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Conrad, you shut your fucking mouth, Ryan. Conrad Kurz is my favorite Primarch next to Ehosh, the beloved Sanguinius. Beloved. The wires in the servers' heads are still smoldering. It seems the cause of the malfunction was a short circuiting of the... I gotta fix that. Can't fucking read it to you guys. Finds a time lag between showing the tool to the mouse over. No, I want that to last long. Well, yeah, man. I mean, there's also something else that happened, but these windows look into the next room, now outside the void ship. You cannot make out anything through the cloudy glass, only the fucking sunlight. Oh, God, yeah. Only the weak light filtering through the...
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
I'm not going to go. We'll cover the pyramid. Push on through to the other side. It's obviously safe here. It's absolutely safe here. I think you can. Yeah. Not as easy. My problem is that, like, the people that are very fucking edgy about their love of Warhammer are...
That is simply irrational.
Dude, the amount of voice acting is so much better now.
Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
I'm here to speak to the Lord Captain.
Is this someone from your retinue, Theodora? Do you permit your people to interrupt your conversations in such a fashion?
Well, from what I understand, almost the entire main story is fully voice acted, which I'm cool with. Everything off the beaten path, like side quests and stuff like that, those are... Oh, that's cool. Those are not fully voice acted.
I give that permission to those with something of substance to say. Let us see if it was worth it. This is the second candidate for the title of my successor. Step forward. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity. Regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Those spirits could well be natives named for their dangerous aliens that would first verify that is indeed the case in a population of man. Get it in Xeno warship. There are ways to confirm whether that is happening on 4 or 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several cycles to do so, but it's give us an answer. Yeah, right?
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after a thief.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
Look at this first one. Look at this first one. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do. Ethelthred, whatever the fuck name from ancient British lore. Oh, dude, he's for sure getting the roast. He's for sure getting the roast. Oh, what's this one? I find your tone most disagreeable, Ethelthred. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences. Shut your mouth, Ethelthred, before I decide to shut it for you.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship.
You
Explain
fucker.
to me why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck instead of proceeding to the middle deck.
I kind of wish I had done that, Gilg.
Of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So there is a guy on. Can we take a break here to show you guys something? This is what actually got me to try this game. This guy, it's a voice actor, and he's so fucking impressive. And then I found out he's a voice actor in this game, so I was like, well, maybe I give it a I have his Instagram. That's how His name's Chris Tester. He's the voice of Inquisitor something. That's all of his stuff is a bunch of he does a bunch of voice acting work, but he does one for Conrad Kurz. It's a YouTube Shorts guy. Yeah, his name is Chris Tester. It's Chris Naturally RP. That's his @ right there. But listen to this. Listen, this is literally. I saw this and I was like, oh, he does voice for this. Let me see. Let me look in the game a lot. Really? God damn it, man! I'm trying to lower the noise gate a little bit. How does this sound? Test, 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 test. Test, test, test. And which direction? We'll see. Test, test, test. We'll find out. Yeah, he did. No, he did one for the speech between. Oops.
New Primarch to hate his own legion? What have we done to you?
I spoke with Angron and Lorgar not long ago. They told me their purges, cleansing the untrustworthy elements from the 12th and 17th. I laughed when they said it, at the sheer absurdity of the idea. They knew exactly when to stop the killing of the weak, the treacherous, and the corrupt within their bloodlines. I wouldn't even know where to begin culling mine.
On any other day, sire, such words might hurt my feelings.
It grounds you. You were born on this world. You grew to adulthood here, just as I did. The Emperor praised me for my rule over this world, or even Fulgrim admired it. Model of compliance. An obedient world, they said. Were my people happy? Or did that even matter? I made these people human, despite their feral drives. I made them civilized, despite their baser instincts. I raised them above the level of beasts. That was my responsibility to them as a superior being, and I fulfilled it. And see how my people reward me. I was gone only a handful of years.
He has that?
Everything soured. My own homeworld poisoned my legion with recruits who were worthless soldiers, rapists, murderers, thieves, the scum, the dregs, the detritus.
Sire, you are no different. The Legion is disorderly and vile because it is cast in your image.
No, you don't understand. I've never claimed to be perfect, Savitar. But I became the sinner, the monster, the night haunter, so my people would never have to. And look at the result. Look at the recruits from Nostromo less than a decade after I departed. Look at the filth they sent me. Look at the disgusting dregs of humanity my own apothecaries infused with my genetic material and reforged into transhumans. The eighth is poison, Sev. Generations of men who are murderers in my image, yet devoid of my conviction. They're killers and abusers because they want to be, not because someone had to be.
The end result is the same. Fear is the weapon. Where is the nobility in any of this? You can claim a savage nobility, Father, but this is far more savage than noble.
There was no other way.
No? What other ways did you try?
Savitar.
Oh, answer me, Father. What politics of peace did you teach? What scientific and social illumination did you bring to this society? In your quest for a human utopia, what other ways did you try beyond eating the flesh of stray dogs and skinning people alive?
It was the only way.
The only way to do what? The only way to bring a population to heel? Well, how then did the other Primarchs manage it? How has world upon world managed it without resorting to butchering children and broadcasting their screams across the Voxnet?
Their worlds were never as serene as mine was.
And the serenity of yours died the first second your back was turned. So tell me again how you succeeded. Tell me again how this all worked perfectly.
You overstep your bounds, Lord Captain.
How can you lie to me like this? How can you lie to yourself? I stand here, inside your mind, witnessing a theater of your own memories. Yours is the 8th Legion way now. But it has never been the only way, just the easiest way.
You lie!
You enjoyed this way. You came to love it, just as we all did. The power, the righteousness.
Son of a... Son of a god. Get up, Savitar. Leave me be.
I am going nowhere, sire. Not without you.
God, it's so good, man. By the way, it's important that he called him Sev. That's like a big thing. He's the only one that calls him Sev, or he was one, or like everyone calls him Sev, and the Primarch never did. I can't remember which one it is. But calling him Sev is a very big, important thing. That guy's amazing. He's Inquisitor whatever in this fucking game. Oh man, Kier gave out 20 community subs. Thank you very much, dude. Plus the voice he uses in the game. Yeah, he always uses the same voice. He doesn't usually alter his voice. Dude, girthy community sub coming out from Kier yet again, man. Thank you, bro.
You have seeded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display.
Oh, we're recruiting in that motherfucker.
Today, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service.
arrives.
Immutable
Fills
hierarchy,
you with determination.
absolute obedience, lick-spittlery, compulsion to please.
You want to make it an even 30? Thank you, bro.
From the moment my
fills you
envoys
with
came for you,
determination.
the terms of your existence changed.
Thank you so much, man. Getting this month started off hot and heavy here, guys. 30 community subs out of the 200 we need.
Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue traitor freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred
New
relic.
subscriber arrives.
The warrant of
It
trade,
fills you with
kept
determination.
aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness,
modest fellowship
beyond the
expands.
Imperium, and carry
Praise the sun.
humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and both death
Our modest
and
fellowship
ruin to us
expands.
all.
Praise the sun.
So I don't need to do these things. If you guys would rather me just purely, this is my very first time, so just raw dogging it. We'll figure it out. If you guys would rather me not talk about the lore about stuff, just let me know. But the warrant of trade is kind of like a mark, a writ of mark, or a writ of trade that you used to have during the Age of Sail. Or you can kind of almost look at it because, yeah, rogue traders are responsible for trade, but there's kind of some piracy that goes on. It could almost be looked at a privateer's license from any of the major factions of the time. Encyclopedia kind of goes into it here. The warrant grants not only permission to travel beyond the Imperium's borders, but license to deal with pirates, mutants, or Xenos if needed, which is essentially, like I said, a privateer's license. Rogue traders use the warrant of trade to conquer or colonize newly discovered planets, to gain exclusive trade rights with newly discovered cultures, and to explore the galaxy beyond the Imperium's frontiers. One of the biggest and most important things for the rogue traders, obviously outside of creating these new trade lanes, is to establish and find standard templates. STU, standard template, the mechanic is standard template.
It fills you with determination.
STC, thank you. Not STU. Standard template construct. So during the golden age of humanity was able to expand to all of these planets at a very rapid rate because of STCs. Essentially, they would have a machine, the machine would have STCs installed onto them, and they could 3D print. I'll say it that way. It's probably the easiest way to... you're right, Messier, but one of the biggest things that's kind of like an underlying thread for them is the discovery of more STCs. Because... yeah, it could be Lost Worlds, it could be Pocket Empires, it could be all sorts of stuff. But I'm explaining the importance of STCs. STCs, like I said, they basically would 3D print in the Golden Age all the things they needed. The colony ship would land, they'd have all the STCs, they'd print, and they just kind of go ahead and move to the next planet. Rinse and repeat. And STCs are massive because they are a tap into the previous style of doing things, a previous style of technology. All of like the ships that they have, there was like a statistic that was something like, oh, there had been no ships made since the Great Crusade up to a certain point. And so until they discovered the STCs to make more ships. And even though the Horus Heresy sent some of those STCs to the wind because they left with the Dark Mechanicus, there's a lot of technology in the Imperium that does not exist in the Imperium anymore. Stuff like Terminator armor or Artificier armor, certain things are like, oh, it's a relic, but that's also been retconned recently. Like, oh, well, now with Gilliman back, he remembers. Here, his eidetic memory, he's got it. Here you go, boom. Or certain things where it's like, yeah, well, we didn't know how to do that before, but now we do.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim.
Have the Lion and Gilliman started scissoring yet? I haven't followed the new lore.
Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you?
Is Russ back yet? Because I know that's
ready to choose you.
supposed to have been coming for years.
You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things
What's up with you today?
stand, I
This
have
is a no barking household, young man.
suitable for the
No.
role of rogue
Roman.
leader.
There's no barking. I don't know what you're doing. You got a wild hair across your ass. You see some fucking person walk across the window like they're gonna do a home invasion. One of like the safest cities in the country, man. You need to chill. Bro's given an entire planet as a reward.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
Well, it's not necessarily an AI tech. It's like a plan. It's a standard template construct. In engineering, we have STCs in our current world. AI tech is they don't want strict, like AI can think and reason for itself type of thing. Yeah, the STCs are like held up as the highest of all things. Mr. J. Gilbert, I definitely know that man. I know him in the real world. We went to college together. He has seen me in some states, I will say. Yeah, because some STCs are corrupt. Like it's heretical knowledge.
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad, maybe some impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to
we went to
and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life.
Let me see, Jay.
May prove invaluable here in the.
I don't know if he showed you Halloween at all. If you haven't seen my Halloween costume, Roman, could you fucking chill? Hey, watch me. You know who that is. That's the worst part about it, man. That's your friend. It's so weird sometimes. Well, for those who haven't seen it, this is my Halloween costume. If you saw Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you would know exactly what this is. You would know exactly what this is. You would know exactly what that costume is. Well, he was out with us at Halloween.
Once, you were a commissar of the Imperial Guard, a political officer who was not afraid to face.
Yes, Titanium Spork.
Or to send his underlings to theirs. Resolve, faith, implacability. All of it gives one a unique perspective when presented with a situation where a less steadfast individual.
Okay.
I have some time before the navigator gives the.
Okay, I just.
I shall head to.
Just jump into it. You know, I'm like, I've played this part before during the beta. Yeah, the Emperor's assumed to have been around and helped with some things, but he had not assumed the role. Like, there's a theory that he actually helped. So the warp, we used to navigate the warp by doing calculated jumps. It's the same way that the Tau does it now. Well, for right now, the Tau will probably evolve and learn how to do it like we do it. But it's just like there's like a theory that like he's like, oh yeah, we don't know how to do it, and then the Navigator gene, the mutation of the Navigator gene, popped into the humanity. It's theorized that he's the one that put the gene into humanity. And like, if you read The Emperor of Mankind, every major pivotal point in human history, it's when he comes out and does something. And the war with the Men with Iron is when he was like, all right, I can't sit back any longer. The planet's cut off. The Chaos Gods are wilding out. It's time for me to do it. Yeah, St. George. I think in fucking Emperor Mankind it talks to him about being as Jesus or something. He wasn't trying to create the pocket dimension. He was trying to find the Black Library to then figure out how to do all that fucking tomfoolery. He wanted to kill the Chaos Gods because the Chaos Gods are not immortal. When we think of like the term of like a god, we think of an intangible, immortal creature. The Chaos Gods are really, they're like super strong demons. It's probably the best way to describe them. Because other gods can rise, or other demons can rise to comparable godhood. Even in Age of Sigmar, it happens with the Horned Rat replaces Slanesh for a little bit. Yay, thank you for resubbing, dude. Is this game something I could play? Does it? Yeah, absolutely. It provides enough backstory in what you're interacting with, and you can dive into it. There's an encyclopedia.
Don't touch me.
Avi!
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Reduced to dust.
Oh, I was like, oh no, my game's fucked up. I've heard Abelard is who I want to get in my crew. Ooh! Oh my god!
You a target. Oh, my ears are ringing.
Your end is near.
Bo, if you're into the style of game, it's fun.
I won't stand for it.
Fine.
Who, if not me?
Oh.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Man, they really amped up combat. Combat felt just a little flat in the beta. I think everything needs to slow down. Oh!
Reduced to dust.
Got it. Okay, thanks, Messier. Does it show where? Oh, okay. I like how it's a Dark Eldar symbol, by the way.
I'll see to it personally.
You perform 500 critical hits with your party members. Well, okay, I guess I added up the time from beta.
See my great works, masters.
That's gotta hurt.
Follow my lead. I took care of this one.
Dude, I blame not Lorgar. Erebus. Fuck that. Fuck that guy.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the Trident. Didn't bat an eye when that's... Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful...
One of my favorite things in the entire Horus Heresy is Rogue Trader game is you kind of open to explore to many after 40k, but they're not really locked into doing one specific thing as a faction. Yeah, 100%. is the betrayer when what's his name beats the shit out of him. Karn. One of the videos I wanted to do was it was Magnus the Red actually a traitor Primarch?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
And they increased the time of like the speed this character runs and everything. Used to be way slower. He does. He corrupts Horus. That fucking anathema blade on Yavin 4 or whatever. Davin. I think it's Davin. Which guy, Kirzan?
Thank Providence you are
Oh. Now I'm processing it.
Time, eh, Kunrad?
Oh,
The
Kunrad.
moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
I didn't have a problem with Lorgar. Dude, what's his name is so cool. Argental. Argoltal.
Is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my armed militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here.
I have not yet received word from the engineering regarding any Gellerfield failures.
I'm glad that this is all voice acted.
They were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
So, what my problem here is... Yeah, Elrath, he was. He was kind of like a stalking horse. Just fucking sit there, man. You're gonna guide this motherfucker. That's one of the futures that Horus learned. It's not that Magnus learned. It's not a set future. It's one of the ones that like the demon showed him, basically, of saying like he's just gonna turn you into someone to sit on the throne and guide the Astronomicon. You're just a battery to him, and that's like a projection of the Emperor's possible outcome for the Imperium, is that all of his sons get turned into instruments of what they were used for, rather than actually being individualistic things. That was kind of the big driving force behind the Warriors Lodges too, is what happens when a society built off of war finishes the Great Crusade. And it's like, oh, okay, well, what good is the Warriors if there's no Great Crusade? And it was ultimately, it was showing the current Imperium that convinced Horus to rebel. Yeah, and it's like looking at, it's really showing him the current Imperium. Also, it was looking at the fact that the Emperor is already wiped out. Not even just legions, the two forgotten legions they always allude to in the books, but the very first, the Thunder Warriors were wiped out by the Dark Angels. Might be useful at this point. Is there a thing? Are they back into the lore? Are they back now in the 10th edition?
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure.
Oh, what I was going to say is I'm glad it's fully voice acted, but it's also like... It's also kind of like over the top. It's like... Yes, the cogitators have failed, the Gellerfield is falling, and our klaxons are going off. Like, I think that this game would be a better, stronger narrative game and easier for people to get into if it wasn't so flowery. in its positions in between you. And one of the things that you can kind of compare between this game and Baldur's Gate 3 is that more klaxons. Is that Baldur's Gate 3, in between each of your responses, and your responses are not even a full sentence, it's like a phrase. There's maybe 2 or 3 sentences, then you respond. 2 or 3 sentences, and then you respond. Which I think is a better way to do CRPGs than the old style of CRPG, which is, behold, a screed of text. Because when you have a conversation with someone, unless they're really telling a story, it's a call response conversation, right? What'd you do today? Oh, I did this. How'd it go? I was had to do with these things and that thing. Oh man, totally know how you feel. I've had to do with a lot of that too. What was your response to it? Oh, well, I ended up having to do this. Oh, okay. Well, that's not that bad then. No, it wasn't. But how about your day? Like, there's a call and response. There's a call and response. And it's what makes Pillars of Eternity 1 a fucking nightmare to play. The very first time you click a dialogue with Pillars of Eternity 1, it's boom. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 have that problem. Baldur's Gate 1 more than 2. All old CRPGs have that problem. And this is just like, I feel like my biggest problem with this, and it's why I didn't jump in with the very beginning, is that it's just text for the sake of text. Like, let me just say things. It's like the person writing really liked their own writing. Look at this.
Where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
That even feels like it's a hard sentence to say out loud. Like, the voice actor, I felt like I heard her reaching for every single word to try to get that going.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is...
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain, Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is...
It's why Baldur's Gate feels so good.
I could use some...
It's why it works so well. You're dealing with shit tons of narrative. But
the house as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
if I was to read this, I would beat the voice actor. And in Baldur's Gate, I often beat the voice actor. But I let it keep going because it's just a sentence and a half or two sentences. So it's fine. But in this case, I'm like, okay, got it. Like, I don't want to hear it out. Okay.
Find Edelthrad and bring him here.
Don't let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? There you go. I'm done. You know, like, that's my point. Like, I've read that. She was not even halfway through it. I feel like it loses the weight. Like, imagine reading something from Karlach or reading something from Asterion and not letting you ever hear or see the way that they act and voice it. So you're like, because it's such a, you're at this point like, God damn, man, I've had to read 7 paragraphs today. I just want to push on. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. A wall of text is harder to digest than 3 stanzas of text.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
I have a problem. Since I am the more important person here, you can go in front to shield me from potential threats.
Oh, certainly. Lady Theo...
Oh, got! Am I still skipping so much text? It got too much. Yeah, and we're gonna probably do. I mean, I'm not really down to suffer through.
Careful. Be gentle with
I also skip. Like, not skip, but like, I'm like, okay. Warren chamber, breathing, delightful, cool. What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder
What?
than I thought. We are in the
Look at this. Look at the size of that.
chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora.
No, I can't try to help you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power.
Ooh, fight with that. Fight that fucking voice. $100%, Evica. 95% chance. Roll the die. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is a strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. Bid screen to the right as your lights up showing. Yeah, okay, cool, great. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting demanding sacrifice. The voice that filled your head after wounded you with the blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled in itself. Perfect condition. Different has to be used.
Did you forget something? I suggest.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
No, I'm sorry, Mac. I can't read it all. Like, it's just gonna take too long. Yeah, the one of the best parts about BG3 is definitely the mocap, right?
Request accepted.
Oh. It's the illusion of choice, for sure. Like, this right now is not actually doing anything. Like, this is the tutorial.
There is still another way.
What up, Orbisol? Eat her.
Let us not dawdle.
An old injury. Okay. Oh. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them and their dynasty the great mission to be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the roads of thorns through pain of greatness, or something, pains or something of the greatness. Oh, fuck a box skull.
To safety. Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rope. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating Voxcast frequency.
Reading it in Gollum would hurt, man. I don't remember the name of it.
Communication middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability.
Notifications. Yeah, okay, got it. So I have an itch right now to play Ultima Online. And Turin played out Outlands. UO Alive is really popular. UO Renaissance is very popular. But I downloaded Take the Eternity thing. What do I do? This is the writ. I can't take that. No, I was saying this is why I didn't play when the game came out. But there's one called, just gonna block him in there. There's one called Ultima Online Riches and Ruins. It's basically a single player server. Ultima Online is my favorite game of all time.
What? Whatever are you doing in the Warren chamber? How did... What?
Compliment who's the mastermind behind the mutiny. There you go. Open and shut case, Johnson.
We are the spearhead of the... I won't forget this.
Armored body glove.
That is a noticeable improvement. The lower decks are teeming with heron, but that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming.
Dude, Command & Conquer Generals is so fucking good.
Besides that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the Lady Theodora's. Cut.
Shit, I wanted to equip that. I thought I could equip the sword and the fucking... Damn it.
To those who oppose Von Valancius, your emperor won't save you.
Shit. Well, okay. It's alright. It's okay. We're fine. Can I not? Can I not? Guess I can't. Fuck. I was like, oh, I'll equip a sword and a thing. Nope.
Out of my way. Chaos.
But yeah, the single player Ultima Online shard has been really cool. It also though has made me kind of want to play. I know. I just thought I could do it right now. It's maybe we actually just want to play the standard edition though. So I'm like, oh fuck.
On it.
Am I simultaneous right now? No, I'm not.
Taking calculated risk is in my second nature.
No, man, I got it. It's like, did you know you can do this? I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm too far, huh? Does it require movement speed, though? Depends all movement. It costs movement. But because I'm wondering... Okay, yeah, I can. Okay, good. I don't think this...
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. At your beck and call.
Did not work. I fucked that up bad. Whoops.
Death to non-believers. Death to the weak.
Well, so Bannicus, that's Riches and Ruins was made in the scope of Ultima 7. That's how they decided to make it. The guy was like, I kind of wanted another Ultima. So I went ahead and created Ultima Online, but did it in the scope of 7. Like there's a little fucking mouse you talk to and everything.
Your end was inevitable.
I will do my duty.
Oh shit, I keep forgetting about the No, I would sell to my Lazarus.
Out of my way. Reduced to dust.
I just want them to make another Ultima game, honestly. Yes, I did.
It will be done. I took care of this one.
I've heard Ultima 5 is amazing. Ultima. Is this, what is this? Oh, it's like a 3D engine remake. It's a Dungeon Siege game. That's pretty cool. I mean, I do love Dungeon Siege. Dungeon Siege was a really cool game. It was really fun, very unique. Well, because what kind of got me back on the Ultima kick was I played Scald, the Black Priory or whatever the hell, and that game's really cool. It's like an OG Ultima. Yes, I know. All that collected everything, right?
To the top, or get left in the dust. I know how to take risks.
Las pistol or stub revolver? Let's see. Yeah, area looting's in this game, baby. Big stretch. Sorry. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh. Okay, I kind of like stub revolver here. So. Oh, so we only go this direction then. Okay. Because I have voice of command. Right? This is where I have to go. Oh, I'm choosing one skill. That's what it is. Do you like CRPGs like BG3 or Basalt? Then if so, a good one. What do we do? Origins 60. Or Imperial at this 30. So if this is at 30, will this put it at 40, or is it showing me what it currently is? Like, yeah, I'm kind of liking that. I don't really understand. Okay, so my persuasion right now, let me look, it's 45. So this will set it up to 55. I have this correct. Yeah, cool. He will get, I mean, I think athletics. Go. 50 to 60, 40 to 50. Medicaid might be useful. I'll get Medicaid on someone who's actually fucking intelligent.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries. I always have a backup plan.
Cool, can I change my name? Fuck me, yay. Okay.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The navigator's sanctum is directly along the passageway.
We get a psyker now.
And so, he will enter the halls of...
Master! Idira! Would it be too much to ask that you phrase your...
Sorry, old man.
This is Idira Tlas. Personal...
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final...
Got it.
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they trip. And you are Fon Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well.
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady...
Blast it.
Right,
You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
Hold on. It was an idea I had for a video. I gotta write it down because I'm gonna skip. Oh. Ah, that was it. Got it. Video idea, opinion, tell me. Are live service games a good idea? And talk about the failings of a game like Darktide. And bring up like, hey, here's your actual fact of developers' promises. And here's the reality. Bring up a game like Helldivers 2. And here's the developer's promise, here's the actualization, and here's the reality. And I think that what people will find is that I refuse to play Darktide until I out of class. I'm like boycotting it. That live service models don't work. Because Helldivers is the best example of a working live service model. Idea the walking spoiler if you can understand her gibberish. That's actually hilarious. Helldivers is a great example, but people just eventually don't want to play those games. I think a live service model that works is one like Path of Exile, but what people don't realize is that people don't want to play games in perpetuity. Someone shit on the Manor Lords dev who's saying like he should have planned for the launch of the game at early access to have more content. Like, no, it's a toxic gaming thing to expect people to play a game in perpetuity. It's a bad way to play games, I think so, because it creates a constant expectation on development. And if you have a constant expectation on development, you have to constantly have developers. So if developers decide to leave, or whatever the reason is that you cannot fund development, then it cripples you. I think like Path of Exile, Diablo, seasonal games that bring in features with season are the better live service model. Now, Diablo 4 is really rough and tumble, but the overall model of that, I think, is a better way to approach a video game, because I don't want to play a live service game forever. And I think there's an expectation that if I create content, then you will play forever. And that's not good. I think that the model should be the game exists in this iteration and we hope you come back to it. And you incentivize people to come back to it for whatever reason. Like, the game has changed. The game is not... The way our game is released is, if you played it at launch, we are deliberately adding and layering or changing or expanding the way the game works. So every time we add to it, the game changes. Like, let's say you had World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft Originals 1 to level 60, right? Well, what if World of Warcraft was only level 1 to 20? And then over time, it became 30 to 40, kind of like a time lock progression is now. But I think a true live service model is a fully developed game that is piecemealed out, not as a payment system, but hey, you buy the game and we're going to keep you in through the game unfolding as events in the game unfold. I think that's the problem with live service models, is they just hinge too much on locking people in, but they will leave. They have to leave. It's how games work. I had that thought last night. I was like, that'd be a good one, I think. And they are. The failure of large service of live service is 100% upon the publisher.
Without a doubt. Oh no.
Okay. Join your party right now because this is no characters. Backspace select all.
Is there money to be made?
Just like set up. Oh shit.
Your demise is already calculated.
So Abelard will go first.
Here we go.
Can I fall back now?
Oh, cheese fries, baby.
Chaos guides me.
Oh, that's the back. Whoops.
See this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. That didn't make much sense to me. Oh, let's see here.
I'll make it happen.
I forgot to move. Whoops.
Death to non-believers.
Cool.
Not this scryer's job. On it. Farewell.
Got it, okay.
At your beck and call.
Get Psyker psyched. Is anyone else stoked for the new, Oh, she's fucked up, dude. Fucked up, man. I'm stoked for the new
I'll see to it.
Cobra Kai.
I won't compromise my principles.
I know what is to come. But of course, be gone.
Oh, oops. Forgot about the arc. Forgot about the arc. Not full cover? Like a special... I saw the half symbol, but... Do I have to do something to make it like a full cover? Oh, I see.
A tactically sound approach. Victory is above you attack.
I can't do that yet, Gilg.
I believe Master Vespider still lives.
Wounded, exhausted, fighting.
Your time is short. Fall to your knees, mortals, and be...
Oh. Got it, okay. Obviously, I guess. You know what a great game is? Is Demon Hunter. The Grey Knights game.
Flee from this place while I still...
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the...
Vesperius. I mean, it definitely isn't Warhammer XCOM because there's no chance to fucking hit. You just hit. What is this? Scrappy auto gun, eh? Let me actually get some more water here, guys. Be right back. Hail Alexander, me too, man. I wish I could be like me. Instead I fucking... Did that ban him? I just saw what you meant, Alexander. You know, like, I don't know what it is. Like, okay, let's not beat around the bush here. We've all played Call of Duty, you know, so we're all familiar with that word. We've all heard it yelled into our fucking headsets. But I just don't get it, man. Like, at what point are you like, dude, I'm just gonna just throw the N-word out there. Fucking get them good, dude. Fucking raw dog them with it. I'm like, bro, it's 2024. Even if you're 14, that's not cool. No one gives a fuck. No one's like, oh man, you said it, dude. The word, like, that's just fucking. There's just so many better ways that you can be edgy, get a rise out of people. That was on that was on YouTube. It's not even a dead inside thing. It's just the fucking, I don't know, as someone who's a big fan of the culture, as 911 would say, I just don't get it. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. I'm like, I don't like this. Unedible. Let me do, this is what I like a good, that's kind of a little bit more jam. I know you can change this. I don't know. I don't know. It just frustrates the shit out of me. Is this not the way to go? Because people on the internet now are just so concerned with like, dude, how can I, and me even talking about it, right? Someone in YouTube chat spelled out the N-word. Why is this not like clicking every time? Where am I going? Back when you first came up from? Okay, thank you, Gilg.
Or get left in the dust.
Why is this? Why does this not work? Middle mouse button like isn't like a surefire thing. Oh, okay, well yeah. Collect that, please. Yep, mouse is wireless. I switched to a wireless mouse and wireless headset because streaming was so fucking difficult sometimes. Yeah, that happens to me too, Kier, but I'm full battery right now. Which reminds me, I gotta charge my guy here. It's just like, yeah, man, I went to the streamer stream and I said the N-word, like,
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot these men!
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray
love you.
from them.
Marry me.
Gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
But we shouldn't put her in the squad, right?
My emperor.
God, she's so hot. This is what I mean when I say I think female Space Marines are stupid because the Sisters of Battle are way cooler than female Space Marines could ever be.
Sister Argenta. Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you.
We require all the forces we can.
Your face. It is unfamiliar. Who are you?
I have a dog though, Han. Or yeah, Hansworth. He'll fuck off.
The hour is dark and daunting.
He'll fucking get caught in the cord. He used to. He used to have a cord and he used to get wrapped up in it.
Are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the arch enemy's hunger.
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed master of whispers. Edelthrad the heir is waiting for our aid.
I think why female Space Marines seem so stupid to me is that it feels like such a reach. In the sense that it's like, it's not been a thing, and it seems pandery. Whereas it's like, Scissors of Battle were always a really weird type of lore. But their most recent lore that came out in 2019, right before 2020, of course, like right in like November, December, their redone lore is so fucking good. It's so good. It's like they basically have power armor, right? And they fight to the last. They're like more courageous than almost any other arm of Imperial of almost any other branch of Imperial military. It's like they're so fucking cool. And then it's like, okay, well, yeah, well, here's female Space Marines. Like, ugh, man. Cool. They're just more fucking Space Marines, dude. Like, Space Marines have become one of the most boring things in Warhammer 40k when they used to be the coolest thing. So I think, like, rather than doing female Space Marines, just make fucking more, they are basically sexless. But it's also, like, not even about that, old man gamer. It's that, like, it was always, it just seemed like it was like thrown in as like a, okay, well, there's also female Space Marines now too. It's like, well, okay, well, who fucking cares? Like, you already have someone way fucking cooler than them. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Example. Well, they're also like... So one of the things that I think that a lot of people don't realize when you talk about a Space Marine is that the Space Marines get modified physically and bioengineered and all these things. The black carapace, 19 lungs, you know what I mean? But there's nothing that has to do with dogma, and there has to do with tactics and everything like that, but they never deal with their emotional spectrum. So basically you've got teenagers that are imbued with superhuman strength and capabilities. Hence the Horus Heresy. So they're also fucking moody all the time. Battle brother, I am upset.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution.
All right, Kier, have a good one, man. My chat's on up. Is that what they're called, Smurfs? No, they're called Smurfs because of the blue power armor. Oh, so it's female custodians. Okay. Well, that's a little bit different. Because I guess that was it. Now I'm remembering it. I thought it was female Space Marines. It's female custodians, but it's more that they're just custodians. We don't know if they're male or female. They could be. Like, they could exist. We wouldn't know or give a shit because they're custodians. They're faceless kind of individuals.
Righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
You know, they focus their humors, and they always say that, like, there's a part, and I know exactly which one you're talking about, Macro. It's like, careful, Loken, your humors are out of balance, and it's in, like, the first or second book. I like that one. But they also, like, are just fucking temperamental. They're moody. They're always sassy and shit.
Join you, for it is my duty to the god.
But then you got this. It's weird because it's like I would never want to co-op gatekeeping off of sex or gender, right? And it's like, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh man, female Space Marines, Space Marine specific, not Custodians Guild. That's so stupid because the Sisters of Battle are so much fucking cooler. And then you got the other people like, hell yeah, brother, you keep these women, these whamming out of my Space Marines. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying, fuck boy. Like, stop. Just stop, bro. Just fucking try too hard. Back where I come from. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. Whamming ain't allowed in power armor. Goods. Did I? What did I get that's better? Oh, well maintained. Well, it is indeed. Oh, and no. Axe or sword? Which one's better? Oh, I like that. Parry. Yeah, I want the parry over the bleed. Fuck that. Can you dual wield? Oh! Is that good? Do we want to do that? That seems fucking cool. Let's find out how it works.
I always have a backup plan.
Unfading valor. Keep my Marines men as the Emperor intended. You mean to tell me a woman gonna fight in the Imperium when they're pregnant? No, sir. Sure, go for it, Messier. You know, unfortunately, what Hansworth said is, yeah, and fairly, the audience of 40K doesn't seem very female to me, and to me that's weirder since that kind of means it's confirmed pandering because a company wouldn't give two shits about its customers unless it makes them money. And to be fair too, we're talking about what's it called, Games Workshop, who is just the king of fucking doing the shit. Just shit for money. So what is this? What does it say over here? Oh, those are my provisions. Okay, never mind. I know what that is. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oopsies. Well, oh well. Canada with this sort of equipped. Oh, okay. Oh, God. Also, 40K is on the internet, not in person. In person, again, 40K community is so much different. But 40K on the internet is so gatekeepy towards women, and it is fucking stupid. Void boning. Oh, these are bad guys? This whole time I was like, look at these guys. They're just fucking hanging out, right? Well, I kind of like where you're at. That's actually okay. Place you there. Battle Sister, be in Battle Sister mode. Okay, so Ignatius is going to go first. That's me. Abelard will put you into this. Argenta. Over here. Natius over there. Start the battle. Hail Alexander, I do not agree with that sentiment at all. Hail Alexander said that's because women tend to ruin things guys enjoy. That's a really dangerous comment. But I don't feel that's true. I think what ruins it more is men who want to fuck women that get into the things that they enjoy and sacrifice and compromise their own value system. And it fucks with the whole dichotomy between everything. It's because women start to do things that are typically male, you know, and let's just cars. Let's just use cars. That's a blanket statement that you 40 years ago you could say that's a male pursuit. Well, women are starting to get into it. Women are drivers. Women are drivers in not F1. What's the one? NASCAR. All sorts of shit. And now you either have men that gatekeep or men that want to fuck. It's usually one or the other, right? They're like, oh man, they're in this thing. I want to bone them. And sometimes they're part of the same process. That is what ruins it. Is that you throw what is supposed to be an individual getting into a hobby as a woman getting into something that you like, and you either don't want it to happen, or a woman is getting the thing you like, they must want to fuck you. That is where there's an issue, and it breaks down everything. So women getting into things that guys like doesn't fuck up the things the guys like. Women getting into things that guys like and guys thinking it's because they want to fuck them is what fucks it up. That definitely is like a first world problem right there, right? USA problems. I would argue, though, a lot of edge lordery, which I will say a lot of shit lordery, comes from my European people that I've seen and met. Okay, so which one is the one that gives me a free turn?
Who if not me? I'll make it happen.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem. If you look at women as doing things that men do or men doing things that women do, you've already lost. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Arc, baby. Arc.
Was that you? Farewell.
Just go. 2 for the price of fucking 1. I love it.
Death to the weak.
Such is the will of
Yeah. Interjecting feelings where they don't belong ruins male-centric pursuits. 100%, Mary help. Like, it's just... I have seen a lot of things that I love become very fucked in the most last couple years and so on and so forth. But it doesn't have to do with men and women. It has to do with normies, you know? People who have cursory fair weather interest in things, not a sexual or gender specific distinction. Like Warhammer used to be better before women. I think it's definitely Warhammer was more fun when you had less of a casual interest. And I'm using a blanket statement there. That's not an actual feeling of mine. I can say this fitness was way different. But you don't just kill the target with your next shot. It will mark the target. Okay, got it. Cool. And Dr. Maddock, that's what we were talking about a little bit ago. We were talking about how, like, female Space Marines are stupid. Sisters of Battle are so much fucking cooler. I disagree with that. Women have different sensibilities and sensitivities. Some things men think are cool, women think are stupid. Content is better when it's not trying to pander to everyone. I mean, I'll agree to that last statement. And I think that, yeah, sure, you could argue that men and women have different sensibilities and sensitivities, but I don't think that innately ruins a pursuit. Because to say that one has one over the other, that's not necessarily fair. Jeremy Hill just nailed it. Pandering is based on a fictional audience that doesn't exist. They are loud on Reddit, near silent, and spending money. But exactly right, because like that's like saying like well, men don't get depressed. Well, okay, the highest propensity of people who commit suicide from depression is men. You know, like, men are very emotional creatures. But the last 60, 70 years, we've been told that men aren't like that. And the sensibilities and sensitivities that you're talking about, that you're ascribing to typically to women, are ones that men have. What are the majority of love songs written by in the 80s? Men. Power ballads are written by men, most often than not, right? And those aren't songs of like, hell yeah, I got a gun, I'm going to shoot my fucking truck, I love it. It's, I'm a man, I'm broken, I miss the woman I love. That's a sensitivity, that's a sensibility I think you're talking about that you would typically ascribe to a female. But there's no difference. Like, a man and a woman can conceive the same emotional spectrum. Maybe there's an argument about how a man or a woman does a certain way or thinks a certain way about certain things. Sure, whatever. If you want to make those arguments, you're more than welcome to. It's your opinion, after all, Hale Alexander. But to say that women ruin male pursuits, I think, is a narrow, short-sighted viewpoint. Oh. I just want to blow this thing away. Oh, I just wanted to see what that did. Oh, I wanted to see how that fucking looked. That was sexual. I men don't like clothing or shopping, but honestly, so many men like to spend money on their appearance. Which, yeah, it's very true, right? Like, a man with like good fashion is like a wanted and desired thing now, right? Like, and that, like you said, right? So many men like to spend money on their appearance, which used to be a typical woman thing. Like, and again, just using those things as example, we're talking about, we're bucking former gender norms, as it were.
On it.
What do you mean by that, though, Jeremy? You said men and women are different for a reason. Embrace it and stop trying to be the same. What do you mean? So you unlock her alts, but it's awesome. Okay.
I refuse. It's as good as done.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, we'll use that next turn.
What an unfortunate.
I just love it. It's so fucking cool. I mean, Hans just nailed it right there. No one is saying that they should be the same. The point is that despite gender, one should be able to have hobbies. Pandering is always bad. That's what the word even means. I don't understand why this is still a point for debate with some people. I think that's a pretty logical stance. I don't think anyone's saying innately that they are the same. I'm saying that the things that they like, can be the same. I don't think there's a problem with that. Well, I think that there's... Okay, well, let me put it this way. He said not the same. Different thought patterns, biology, hormones, just embrace individual strengths. Equity is an illusion. And I think are you talking about equality or equity? Because they're two different terms, right? But let's look at Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings applies to multiple people, right? It doesn't matter what they are, gender, whatever the hell. You can be male, female, doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. You can have that apply to most people. Most things apply to most people. Hobbies are another one of them. You can make your... It sounds like you've strawmanned the whole argument of a hobby pursuit into your stance on men and women being individualistic creatures outside from each other, and we should acknowledge that. I don't think anyone's doubting that, biologically speaking, men and women are different, you know? But by and large, too, we are more alike than we are different. Like, we're not a different species of creature, you know? Our game directed, written by a male, and different are not universal. The difference is what we all enjoy. Did you ever play Legacy of Kain, Hail Alexander 93? YouTube chat's popping off. Twitch chat is pretty normal to me. Yeah, I'm done with it. I like to have a fun, good, reasoning conversation. Legacy of Kain. The writer for it is a woman. All right. I'm just done with that.
Rejoice in battle.
Ah, fuck. Whoops. Hold on. Not me to do that. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's how that works, huh? Yeah. I want to see what that's like. Oh, miss! I guess so, Jeremy. You should say that. No worries, Hell Alexander. Because oftentimes, Hell Alexander, people do approach this conversation with a certain level of vitriol and a certain level of anger about it. So I can totally acknowledge you're just having a conversation to have a conversation. What poop? Autocorrected to what up? What the hell?
Out of my way.
We're not running one right now. Some black guy. For those on YouTube, that's his handle on Twitch.
You never stood a chance.
Oh, she gets a heavy bolter? I am so stoked on that. I feel like this is a game I cannot play exclusively on stream. Like, is this one I'm going to have to play on my own? Because it's just so long? I'm going to keep amping up my fucking Perils of the Warp here. Don't play without us! Okay, so it is pretty short? Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, CRPGs are always going to be long, right? Oh, this little axie poop here, huh?
It will be done.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to keep using her abilities. Whiff there.
Doubt is for the weak.
Nice, sick.
Chaos guides me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that new DLC. I messaged Paradox and I was like, yo, let me do something for you.
Who, if not me? I'll see to it personally.
At the time, I will say that it does take a long time for turns because there's just so much shit, you know? I know it's gonna... Fuck it. Fuck it. Sorry, Abelard. Yeah, I was gonna put stacks on enemies, but also like these enemies are so weak that it doesn't seem worth it to waste our actions on those. It's nuts. Can I do this again? It's only a 25% chance to hit. That doesn't seem fun. It's cool though. Oh, got him. Fucking dead on. You cock in hell.
Death to the weak.
Let's make some opportunities.
No can do.
Oh, fuck. Whoops. Can I undo a turn? Nope. A spacebar on accident. I'm still with Paradox. They offer me things, and I often turn them down.
At your beck and call. Reduced to dust.
Because at the time they were making me offers for stuff, it was like, hey, we'll pay you $200. Oof. I'd rather put out a Baldur's Gate 3 video.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperialis.
I will lead us to fortune.
Like one does. We get this? I'm just saying I'm not really a fucking mods person.
Just as I planned.
I'll only really I'm cool with graphic mods. Those are fine with me. Anything outside of that, not for me, man. Tech use. What is tech use? As good tech use. No one seems to have good tech use, so it is. Revolver, melt a charge.
I always get the job done. That's how it's done.
Ah, okay. Open the door.
Just as I planned.
Extremely high. What can I help you with?
Always keep your eye on the price. Success.
You know, but it gets to be too much at that point, though. I don't disagree. I think that modded Skyrim is fucking bananas. But for me, mods always get me away from the spirit of the game. The way that the developers, in my mind, have created it. Or if a game's like in super early access and it needs a lot of love. I modded a lot of Mountain Blade. Do you have a question about an old world race? I mean, you know I have like tons of Warhammer fantasy lore, right, on the channel? New backpack arrived. What'd you get, man? This looks like it automatically chooses the person that has the highest percentage chance. Because it wasn't selling, unfortunately. They wanted to try to create a game that could compete and didn't have a high barrier of entry. Warhammer Fantasy was way more popular in England than it was over here, actually. Look at all this. Look at all these goodies. Cody pajamas. Operative, Jeremy Hill. Operative is basically like, you know, your stealth sniper character. Your stealth archer. Oh, integrated stool chairs, you say? Well, la-dee-da. I think for armor, we'll put it on the daddy. Let's get some levels going here. Of course. Lovely. Do I get a storm shield? Is that in the game?
What advice do you seek?
No shields.
I always keep my options.
You can be an arbitrator. An arbitrator, or someone of the Adeptus Arbites in the Oh, actually put the helmet on him? That's sick. There's shields though that they can wear. Oh fuck. Walk right for it.
My heir.
An apparition.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening.
No, it's not Thunder Shields. I just couldn't remember the name of them. Like Riot Shields or some shit. It's not a good game. It's not a good game. The Age of Sigmar one. It's okay. It's like playing. It's kind of like playing Dawn of War 2, but as Age of Sigmar. Think so, Messier? Just... It's this shield. The suppression shield, I guess so, yeah. Yeah, it's a suppression shield. It's similar to a storm shield, but replaces the power field generator with an electroshock unit. It acts as both a weapon and protection. Its electricity is discharged into the first unfortunate individual the shield contacts squarely. It is also used with the power maul by Adeptus Arbites shock troops for crowd riot control. There you go. Yeah, if you can, switch to Twitch, guys. It does help me out quite a bit.
To the void with you. We need
the people.
The people.
decks. We must help the crew, lead them out, find a way around.
Yeah, and if you do have a Prime sub you've not yet used, use it on me.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Elo. What are we waiting for?
Okay. Convictions. This is going to lead to 3 deductions. Dogmatic, Iconoclast, Heretical. YouTube Premium's just fine, Jeremy Hill. In the ranks of each of the 3 directions, access to new dialogue, lines, events, unique abilities, also changes the attitude of other players' character. Which of the proficient branches reach 3? Voter. One of the votary becomes the character's main vote. Rank 3 votary, it becomes the character's main focus. When that happens, fiction branches cannot be erased. Current. Okay. Alright. Let's see. I gotta pee. I gotta pee so bad. So I take it Dogmatic is true to the Emperor, Heretical is against the Emperor, Iconoclast is in the middle. I guess pragmatic optimism. Yeah. The Emperor will guide the righteous on that path. Take my pain away and give me power. I will not leave my people in harm's way. What do you guys want? Do you guys... I'm between 1 or 3. I don't want to do Heretical on this run. If I do Heretical, it'll be probably with a Psyker. Dogmatic or Iconoclast? Here, I'll start a vote. We'll do a 2-minute poll here. Which option do we choose? Dogmatic, Iconoclast. Starting the poll. If you do not see the poll, refresh the stream and you will see the poll. There are 42 people here on Twitch right now. Full Starship Trooper. Would you like to know more? I know this doesn't lock you in, but it's for this decision right here. It's a close vote right now. 3 votes right now for Dogmatic, 4 votes for Dogmatic, putting us at a 50-50 against Dogmatic and Iconoclast. 5 now for Dogmatic, pushing us just 1 vote ahead of Iconoclast. Looks like the people are not going to be holding. 6 for Dogmatic. Rebalancing out to 6-6 for Dogmatic versus Iconoclast. That's 12 votes out of 42 people here. 30 votes unaccounted for. Another one coming in for Dogmatic. We're at 54% to 7 at 7 right now with Dogmatic to Iconoclast's 6 at 46%. We about have roughly a minute plus some change here. But bringing us back to 50-50. Iconoclast snagging another vote here, bringing us up to that 7-7. 14 total votes have been cast out of the 42 people watching. Fucking vote. Another one comes in here for Iconoclast. Another one for Dogmatic. 8-8, 50-50. We are popping off at the seams right here. 16 total people here. We need more votes, though, guys. We're coming around to the last minute. Less than a minute left. Probably about 45 seconds. It is a tie. It is a split. 8-8 vote here for Dogmatic. Who is going to... Dogmatic and Iconoclast. Who is going to push us in one direction? Coming down to roughly like a 20 seconds? 20 seconds or so left until we're almost done, and it's still hanging out. 8-8. We only got 16 votes out of 42 people watching. Someone press a fucking vote button. Oh, no! It might just be a tie. It might be a fucking tie. Oh no. And it is going to be a tie. An 8-8 vote. Yes, I will be jumping back into CK3 with the all right, looks like we're going heretical. No, I'll do... Who the fuck is Abelard? Dogmatic. Better story stuff for this choice. I do like a good story stuff. No, this guy, Adelstein, whatever the fuck. I know, not Abelard. I meant to say this guy. EDE, that dude. Adelshad, Adel Chuckles. This guy says they will miss our chance to meet up with blank. The Adelaide or whatever. Yeah, Adelbrand, Athelard. I don't know, man. Fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck that guy. I don't like him. I know we said the other one's more, it's got a cooler story, but fuck that.
The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire, I could have sworn.
Always Jamaican me crazy.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
Oh shit. So mad, baby. Here we go. That map is super confusing. Because I can't go this way. Is it? Damn it, Zolo. You should have said that.
There's money to be made.
Okay, so we can't go back down there. Go north? I mean, we can't go through the fire, right? I mean, we're trying to go back to the mid-deck.
I better myself through my service.
Crash the platform!
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps...
Or they could be fighting on the bridge.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people...
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance.
Reach the secret lift. I like how much faster they made moving around in this game. Is this? I wonder how many games were in development and just went, fuck! As soon as they played Baldur's Gate 3, like, shit. No, I did not play any of the Pathfinder games. Once I looked at character creation, I was like, I won't be playing that.
I always have a backup plan.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Well, it's right here, man. Reinforced Thermopolis. I just don't really have the patience for him anymore, unfortunately.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Oh, Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Absolutely, that looks sick as fuck.
Is there money to be made?
Remember I said I gotta pee? Now I'm gonna go do it. Be right back. Yeah. Ooh, God. Fucking thing came out of nowhere.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Ooh. Hey. I got turned around when I came to that fucking door. Yeah, I think that's the problem with a lot of CRPGs. They have shit quality of life when it comes to navigating their systems. Things aren't looking good. Oh. Fucking dead, Jim. Oh, sitting back down. Oh, helmet of the devoted protector. Requires dogmatic follower. Well, I guess it fucking sucks for me, doesn't it? I mean, I could go back and do it. It works on our... Okay. Give it to the sister. How do I do that? How do I show? It feels weird. It just feels weird. It feels weird. It feels weird. Seeing her beautiful locks covered. Oh my, a cloak? Yeah. Oh, 5 fellowship for each. Yeah, we're gonna definitely need that. Commerce and lore. Put these on too.
Emperor. No!
Lord Captain. Who would even dare? It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention, how could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death...
Oh, sorry, man. I was just like, man, there's just so much. There's just so much. I should have read that. I didn't even bother reading it. See, it's so much now at this point that I'm like, my brain's in like MMO mode, where I just kind of don't care now. Cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue chair's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. It's also because I'm streaming too, and if I'm spending so much time on all of that, it just slows so much stuff down. Something else. A small shard of glass scattered on the ground.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck...
Well, Divinity 2 also had it was fully narrated. But Divinity 2 was super bogged down. It was super slow. You investigate this painting, and it has that of a visage of a man who has seen the back of another horse. You're like, okay. They did a really good job of BG3 having anything that you inspect like that, it's just a quick little sentence. I couldn't get through Divinity Original Sin 2 either. I don't think either Divinity Original Sin 1 or 2 are great games. I mean, I can acknowledge that they probably are fun and good, but they're so fucking annoying to play.
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights. face is tainted witchcraft.
That fell on the floor, and then, as much as concerned, closer to the stars appeared to position Prometheum. Yes, succeeded. Seal the Holy Ordos of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police. I don't know if I'd call the Inquisition the secret police of the Imperium. That has a little bit... When I hear secret police, I think, oh, they answer to someone, and they also can be reined in.
Yes. No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira.
No, I don't think that's a good statement there, Mac. I grew up playing Fallout 1 and 2, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Pillars of Eternity 2 is way better than Pillars of Eternity 1. There's a difference between not liking that CRPGs have not developed over the years, and there's a difference between just not liking the things that make a CRPG. Like, our friend that plays Icewind Dale 1 and 2 are also great. We're describing... No, you're fine. I was describing like ARPGs, action RPGs, Diablo, Path of Exile, stuff like that. And he was like, you know, what I just don't like about those games is that the loot is random. I wish it was fixed loot. I'm like, what? Because yeah, you know, it also like seasons, and I don't like that like builds are static and they shift with the meta. I'm like, then dude, you just don't like ARPGs. You don't like the thing that makes ARPGs. What I don't like about CRPGs is that their progression over time is like this. And then BG3 came out and it just went like that. CRPGs now have to meet the standard of BG3 or they will always be compared to it and fall into obscurity from going on. Grim Dawn is okay. I love Grim Dawn. I like Titan Quest more though. The same company. Someone said something about an amulet. I don't see an amulet.
I always keep my options open.
But the things that I don't like about CRPGs that are not hallmarks of a CRPG, they're bad development. Screeds of text, bogged down gameplay, terrible inventory management. Like that's just a developmental choice to have a shitty inventory. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around that. Well, it's the genre has shitty inventory. Like, yeah, says fucking who? At least now you have pictures to go off of, and you can memorize pictures. For those that played Final Fantasy 2 or 4, whichever one you want to look at it, there were no pictures. You were just looking at little small sprites and just text and text and text. I liked Neverwinter Nights. I never beat it. I don't think I'd play that Elrath, but I can understand why you would want to.
I always have a backup plan.
Suffer not the heretic to live. The masters demand your death.
Medium armor. I did? Huh! Of course.
My place is at the fore.
So let's not go through things. Okay, that sucks. Oh.
On it.
I'll do it.
That was cool.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'll see to it personally.
Aha! I don't know what the burst would be like on a gun like that, but I wanted to find out.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
That's so cool.
This is unacceptable.
Sorry, Abelard, but this might really help us.
On it.
Oops. What do I want to do? I want to analyze or expose? I'll expose in the dark. Plus exploit. That's really cool. Okay, I like that. But I want to wait, right? Because it'd be 10 plus 1 times 4, so it'd be 40. Yeah. It'd be 44, sorry. Oh shit! Oh, that's cool.
Chaos guides me. I serve the ruinous power.
Oh!
I will do my duty.
Is he marked? Yeah, he's marked.
That is not the Emperor's will.
That is not the Emperor's will.
I'll do it. For you, my Emperor!
I can technically do both, right? This. And then do this. 54.
Will do.
Now he has... Does it not just show me the percentage? Because I had a 5. Oh, I didn't kill him. Oh, fuck.
interested. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Reduced to dust.
Is there money to be made?
I have a feeling that is you, Abelard. Abelard is such a it's the typical name you hear for someone who is like some sort of fucking RPG character, always named like Abelard. Especially a Navy officer, you know? Get a rank here? We did. Dismantling attack, the operative. An operative? Okay. Why would I do that, Hail Alexander? Because there's 2 different games, you know? 2 very, very different games. Accident with full wounds. Those weakness cost 0 AP. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's cool. If no other character in the current party has the same archetype as this character, the first archetype ability used in each combat by this character costs 1 less AP. That's pretty. Allies non-damaging ability or affects an ally. Increased, stored together. These warp features. Edge of Fate. At the beginning of every combat, the Psyker's allies gain 15%. That sounds stupid good. Allies under the effect of at least 1 psychic power gain a fly rating. Or same additional penetration. Flawless plan. Every 9th successful dodge. Allies. Combined. That's pretty nice. 2 additional AP on the next turn. Damn. The first dodge attempt of every enemy. Additional AP. That's pretty sick. First dodge, unnatural luck. When the Psyker uses a divination psychic on an ally without an unnatural luck effect, ally gains unnatural luck. When the ally suffers a critical hit, it becomes a normal hit instead. Oh, cool. I think we're going to start the stream going through all this stuff because there's a lot here, man. Oh man, there's a lot. Interesting. That's cool. So is there a sanction psyker? Let's see. My character real quick. This one's pretty good. High level character can pass willpower resistance tests using their fellowship. I like that a lot. All costs that ally suffers. Plus damage means 2 AP and MP. Okay. The momentum is less than 100 at all cost grants. Momentum upon killing the marked target. Okay. Anytime the commissar grants additional movement since any ally character, they gain 2 more. Boost your extra turn officer. That's pretty sick. Yeah, we'll come back to this when we start the stream tomorrow or Wednesday. Okay, we'll save here. Save. All right, my bros. We are gonna end the stream for today. Yeah, I like that. That's really nice, Messier. That's what I liked about that. Like, I could just kind of chain it. Is there anything here to loot before I do that, actually? I don't see. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, so we'll be back on Thursday with more of this. I don't know what BG3 video we're... What do I have here? I might do this Space Marine 2 video. Oathbreaker build. Top evil build. Maybe I do that one. Game's easier. Quick start guide. We did that. From concept to launch. Story of a video game. Yeah, I'll have to figure it out. It'll probably be the evil build compilation. Absolutely, Hans. Thanks for jumping in, man. Thank you guys all very much for watching here today. Let's go ahead and get a raid going. Who are we following? Bio Boys. New guide. Luxlow is playing. That'll keep. Miniac is painting. Maybe I'll send you guys to Miniac. He's the best. The raid is started, Battle Brothers. You too, Riggedy. Have a good one, guys. Grizz, thank you very much for watching. Mac, thank you for watching. Hans, thank you for watching. Be well, Sparty, and everyone present. You too, some black guy, which sounds so fucking funny. Stay hard, everybody. Stay fucking hard. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back here on Thursday with some more of this. On what the archetypes do and this stuff. First level off screen, and come back and hit it hard. Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do, Gilg. We'll do Thursday because tomorrow I'm going to work on a video, like a VOD, and then come back on Thursday for some more fun in the sun. All right, I think we're good to go. That raid is ready to go, so we're going to get this raid going here. But thank you so much for watching here today, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Wash your hands. Stay safe. A huge shout out to Kirazan with a massive 21 community subs here today. Taterman with another 5 community subs. We got a ton of community subs. We got a total of 31 community subs today. But thank you so much, bros. I'll be back here again on Thursday and then another stream on Saturday, all playing through some action. In September, it's going to be a Wild West, man. Like, we've got Stalker 2, we've got Space Marine. I don't know what I'm going to be streaming. It's probably going to be, and we have Age of Mythology remastered or retold, whatever it is. So we'll have to figure it out. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Have a good one. Take care. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Let's get this raid going. Boom.